Hey, it's Rich with AOK Product Reviews. So
Okay.
before Fixed Blade
Today-
Week, which was all this week, I was doing groups of like 3 to 5 knives in certain price ranges. And I started low, and then I got up to around the $50 range. So I grabbed 4 knives that are my favorites that fall within the 50 to let's say 50, high 50s to low 70s range. I think that's a good range. It's a great range, actually. If you can afford and justify spending up to $70 on a pocket knife, I suggest you get one of these 4. Now, I've got what looks to be a clip point, but it's still a drop point. Drop point, and then I want to call it a cleaver, but it's more of, let's say, a razor style. This knife probably isn't for everybody, but I had to have it. First off, I'm a Petrified Fish fan, big time. I just love their style and their different things they do, the diversity of their knife styles. But also, I fell in love with this. This is the Petrified Fish Scholar. Titanium clip, olive wood, this really nice natural olive wood. It's on ceramic bearings, cage ceramic bearings. It's a front flipper. And it's also, I think you can get a reverse flick off of it. Yep, a reverse flick. And it has like a cleaver style sheep's foot. I mean, it's not sheep's foot, but Wharncliffe cleaver razor. I call it a straight razor. It looks just like, I've talked about it in the past, it looks just like the Peaky Blinders, Sweeney Todd, the Sweeney Todd serial killer barber. Yeah, a lot like that. But it's got this really unique finger, and it's got jimping back here, but like a finger space thing that isn't round, it's more rectangular. 154 cm steel, very good steel, with a hollow grind. Guys, this knife is just, to me, it screams class. Titanium backspacer. The titanium clip, very nice. It fits well in the pocket too. It's got good clearance. I'm telling you, liner lock, what else? Recessed interior framing. This knife is got the front flip. Now the front flip's kind of tough for me. I gotta kind of do a whole arm thing because this knife is big. It's long. And it's in the $60, $70 range depending on where you buy it and how you buy it. And I bought this directly from Petrified Fish because I couldn't get it on Amazon at the time. And I had to have it. I mean, next knife is, I'm going to try to do this in order of how I love these knives. And I think this is right. Okay? Yeah. This knife is somewhat similar, but this is a Civivi Sikoki. As you know, I really like this knife. Now, this knife has thumb studs and a front flip, and a reverse flick might be tough because the blade is tucked pretty good. The micarta on it is fantastic. I love it. This is a Ray Laconico design. Deep carry pocket clip with the inset hardware. This has a liner lock, and it's on bearings. What else, man? 14C28N steel. It's got a great blade, a great feel, and it's got this bead blast on the blade. And I'm a big fan of this bead blast. No fingerprints, no smears, no nothing. I think it's just an incredible knife, to be honest. Really nice drop. Front flip, the thumb studs. Great knife, guys. This knife's classy. This knife is, I wouldn't buy this knife I wouldn't want to use any of these knives in a heavy duty situation. Not because they couldn't handle it, but because I wouldn't want to ruin these knives. Because now we're getting into the range where a knife, to me, they start becoming jewelry to me. That's just me, though. You know, because I know a lot of you guys, there's a lot of, grunts out there, and they're like, I want a good knife, I want it to look good, and I want to be tough on it. And that's it. I like those guys. I do. I'm not that guy, though. I can accept that. I kind of wish I was, but I'm that way with my box cutters, to be honest. Not with my pocket knives. My pocket knives are, like, if I know where I'm going to be, I'm going to grab the right pocket knife for that. I really am. If I'm going to the mall with my wife, or if I'm going to go to the grocery store, I'm just going to grab just an average knife, whatever. If I'm going to dinner, I'll actually accessorize with a knife and a watch, a hat, and shoes. I'm just that guy. I like to do that. So I put these knives, when you get up over $50, for me, my opinion, knife becomes jewelry. A practical piece of jewelry that you can utilize. Okay, so this brand was new to me this year. Last year into this year. Not new to me in the sense like I didn't know it existed, but new to me that, wow, they're really kicking up their game in the folding pocket knife EDC area. They do cutlery, and it's Vosti. So this raccoon, the Vosti raccoon, 14C28N steel. Good steel. A button lock. Really nice micarta. It's blue. And it's not really the light denim. It's maybe a darker denim micarta. Deep carry pocket clip, but the pocket clip isn't set deep. It's got the nice flat hardware, so it's not going to catch in your pocket. It's got, let's see here, what else? The button lock and thumb studs. So let's open her up. Yeah. Same style blade I really like. I love this blade style. I just do. It's my style. Okay. Drop point. So, it brings me to, right now, my favorite pocket knife. I don't really have too many pocket knives that are much more expensive than this. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Then I just forgot it again. Wow, I'm losing my mind. Okay, so this is the Kizer Assassin. I remember what I was going to say. Okay, so I'm in the $70 range. Maybe I've got a knife at 80 or something, but the next step is almost right at 100. And I want to get the Kizer Drop Bear. I want it. I'm going to get the Kizer Drop Bear. I'm going to get the Wee Banner. And I got to figure out maybe a third, fourth, and a fifth, but a third for sure in that $100 range that I'm going to get for my next branch of knives. That's where I'm coming to, guys. I would really like to get a Spyderco in that $100 range that's really good. I'd like to find a Spyderco that is using a really good steel. Like maybe, I don't think you can get Crewwear under $150 right now. Maybe 130, I don't know. Maybe around 130. But if I could find a Crewwear Spyderco, but it'll definitely be a knife probably with like S35 VN or something. It's going to have a real aggressive steel. But so that brings me to my favorite knife right now. And it's in this price range, in the 50 to 70. I think I paid $70 for this. And I love the brand, and I love the knife. And it's the Kizer Assassin. Talking about a nice one there. Look at that. That thing is wicked. So I got my buddy, Luis Hernandez from Houston, Texas. I've talked about him before, guys. He's in town. His daughter has some kind of performance or something. So him and his wife and his daughter are in town. And he hit me up last night and said, hey, I'm in town. What do you say we link up? Great. We're having lunch. And he's going to come to the shop in the studio today. We're going to go get some lunch at Ford's Garage. Pretty cool place close to us. And I'm going to give him... He's my buddy that was looking for a self-defense fixed knife. And I'm going to give him the Kizer Harpoon. I feel that this is a great bushcraft self-defense knife. I think this style falls in self-defense for me. I would carry it for self-defense. So I'm giving him the Kizer Harpoon, and then I'm going to give him a neck knife CRKT Spew. Now, I haven't seen, he's a good buddy of mine, and I haven't seen him in almost 10 years. We used to work together a long time ago. Yeah, so I'm giving him the the CRKT Spew and the Kaiser Harpoon, and I'm going to give him, so I'm giving him a fixed blade carry, a neck knife, and the Artisan Feldspar with carbon fiber scales. Yeah. Tell me he's not going to be ready to rock and roll self-defense wise with these. I think he can't do any better than these in their price range. I think this may be his favorite. He wasn't even talking or thinking about a folder. He was more in the fixed world for that. So I hope this blows him away. I think this is a great gift. You know, like the Kaiser, you know, it's not that much money either, but money doesn't matter to me. Good friends, I'll give him the shirt off my back, you know? So let's get back to this Kaiser Assassin. I love this knife. It's a button lock. I love the micarta on it. It's got this leather feel. It's fantastic. It's got the flipper, no studs, button lock. Now it's deep pocket carry, and I put a titanium Damascus pocket clip on it. Yeah. I think about my two favorite knives is this Petrified Fish Flavorist and this Kaiser Assassin. And I bought a 2-pack Civivi Damascus pocket clips on Amazon, and it was only like $13 for both of them. Now, this has an angle, and it had a pocket clip that had an angle, but I like this clip better still, even the way it is. It even offers a little more of a deep carry. But I think it just adds that subtle hint of, these are mine, and they're special. Yeah, so let's open this up. This is the Assassin, the Kaiser Assassin. It's got 154 cm steel. Really good steel, guys. Look at that drop. So you can open it with the button. You might be able to get a reverse flick off of it. It's tough for me. This has a swedge on it that makes it really tough to grab. And there's no fuller there, no hole, no studs, no nothing. So I'm not getting it. Look at the jimping on that. Really good, long jimping. I love that. This knife hits all the buttons. It has a clip point feel because of the swedge, but it's still just a drop point. And you could probably call that a compound grind with that swedge. But, you know, of course, there's no edge up there. But look at that jimping across there, which is great. Decent sharpening choil. Button lock, so it just drops real nice. And the button lock, I mean, it's... I'm tired of the complaints on button locks, plunge locks, all that stuff, where they're like, oh, you got to back spine whack it like I just did, just to test it. I think it's garbage. It's a folding knife, guys. You want the locking mechanism to work and you don't want it to fail. I get it, but come on. I think people are really splitting hairs on that crap. But yeah, this Kaiser Assassin, I love Kaiser. I love knives, as you may well know. Let's talk about this CMB Predator. This was definitely a new brand for me this year. Watching all the reviewer guys I watch, but it's got like this red micarta. I like the red because I like pops of color on my knife sometimes. As you can see, I got blue, brown, gray, olive wood. I like to mix it up. I really do. So there you go. Just give you another glance at this thing. This is just such a cool knife. So heavy duty, so well made, you know. And I wasn't prepared for this on this knife, so I don't know the blade material, but I know it's good. I know it's real good. Look at this choil right there. That's cool. It's an angle choil that's straight versus a typical sharpening choil that's rounded right there that has a radius. I like that. But man, the action on this is perfect. I really, really like this knife, and I haven't carried it enough to really get a good vibe off of it. I was kind of torn between giving Lewis the Predator, but all these knives have this like dark feel, tough feel. So I thought black carbon fiber I think he's gonna be blown away by that knife. I really do. But yeah, so these are my favorite knives in the mid 50s. I think my next review on folding knife for the price range that's above this are going to be brand new, and it's going to be my next level up. Because I'm doing this in proper order, and I hope some of you guys are out there following me and doing it too. Where I started real cheap, and then I'm just gradually going up. So like people can kind of like go to my earlier videos and see the progression of my knife collection from a more concentrated attempt to collect knives, putting thought into it, the materials, the action, the blade material, the value. You know, I never really did that as much before, and now I'm doing it, and I've fallen into that rabbit hole, and I don't mind. I like it. I'm enjoying it. I think it's great. I think, you know, there are a lot worse things that you could collect, like Beanie Babies, if anybody even knows what those are anymore. Cabbage Patch Kids, collecting, you know, I collected shoes for a while, but like say collecting shrimp tails or fingernails, yeah, I don't do that. I collect knives. So there you go, guys. I wanted to throw this one out there and let you know that these are my probably favorite 4 knives. Might as well say 5. Let's keep that CMB in there. I'm gonna do a couple shorts and I'm gonna fire that in there too. Hey, deuces, don't let your meat loaf. Don't be cruel to animals. Always be a gentleman or a gentle lady. Deuces.